It's turbo time.
What is going on YouTube? So I've been playing Ghosts for a while now, experimenting with different combinations of perks and weapons. This specialist class setup is designed for gunfights, rushing, and KEM strikes. If you're interested in an easy way to get a KEM strike, you can actually use this class setup with my map strategy guides. Link to my map strategies will be in the description. Now I have two different variations of this setup that I put together to cater for different scenarios such as team-based game modes and free-for-all. So without wasting too much of your time, I'm gonna quickly go through my class setups. But for those who aren't really interested in the details and just want to know, like, alright, just tell us what you're using already, I'll leave a screenshot of what I use for both team objective games and for free-for-all. Pause the video if you need to. As most of you may know, I mostly base my playstyle around holding areas down with equipment and playing defensively to get high scores and good KD spreads. But after lots of tweaking and trial and errors, these two specialist class setups are ones I will never change or go without in my loadout if I feel like rushing or getting a KEM strike. It is the perfect combination of the best assault rifle and perks that worked for me, and it might work for you too. So let's start with the weapon. Firstly, I'm using the AK-12 on both of my class setups for a couple of reasons. It's great for long distance shooting. You don't need grip on it, and as I've mentioned before, I'm terrible at aiming, but it's a very accurate and powerful weapon on its own. Now I know some of you may be saying, well, what about the Remington? That's a powerful weapon too, but the reason why I don't use it is the ammo capacity is very limited, and like I said, I have terrible aim, so using that won't do me much justice. But again, this is my preference and why I don't use the R5. Secondly, I use the extended mags because when you're dealing with high kills and attacking the enemy spawn, you're gonna need as much ammo as possible to be ready for high enemy traffic, so you won't need to reload as often. And of course, I've got the silencer on. This one's pretty obvious. I just don't like being seen on the enemy radar. The enemy will know where you are, and that's not good if you're trying to go for a KEM or be stealth. And no need for secondary or equipment. Now on to the perks. The perks for team-based game modes and free-for-all are going to be similar yet slightly different, so let me go over the perks for free-for-all first. My first perk is going to be sleight of hand. Whenever you're playing on the aggressive offensive side going for kills, this will help you reload quicker and to be ready for when unexpected enemies appear after you get a kill. Trust me, it saved me many times. Next we have stalker. I like using this perk because it helps me sidestep while shooting the enemy, and it makes it more difficult for the enemy to keep his aim locked on you. The more evasive you are, the better. Then I'm using dead silence and amplify. If you have a nice headset, you will be able to hear your enemy's footsteps and the direction they are coming from, which really helps you be aware of where to expect an enemy while at the same time reducing the sound of your own footsteps. And I am aware that if the enemy has amplify, he will hear your footsteps regardless of having dead silence on. But you know what? There's not much you can do about that but crouch walk, but it won't stop me from using dead silence. Next, I use ping because it lets me know if there are more enemies in the area after I've killed an enemy. The great thing about this perk is that it makes a sound if an enemy is nearby, so you don't need to worry about looking at your map. For my first perk unlock, I use scavenger because at this point you're gonna run out of ammo, and this perk allows you to replenish your ammo without having to worry about picking up a random gun. Then I have off the grid. At some point one of your enemies is gonna get a satcom, and the last thing you want is for them to ruin your kill streak by finding you on the radar. Next we have focus, and that really helps when an enemy is shooting at you and you're shooting at them. Your weapon won't sway and it increases accuracy as well. For my bonus kills, I have quick draw and ready up. The faster your movements are, the better. I also have sit rep to watch for equipment that could ruin my kill streak like an IED or IMS. Then I have hardline, so I'd only need 24 kills for a KEM. For team-based game modes, the perks are exactly the same except they're switched around a little. I put quick draw, ready up, and off the grid to be part of my permanent perks, and then focus and stalker for my second and third unlocks. My bonus perks that are different are sleight of hand and ping. For this team mode specialist setup, I emphasize more around being stealth and quick because satcoms are going to be called in all the time, and that's going to stop you from getting high kill streaks if they see you on the radar. And ready up and quick draw because you'll be encountering more enemies in team based modes, and you'll want to be ready for gunfights, especially if you're rushing or flanking. The more quicker you are overall, the more advantage you have over the enemy. So if you've been stuck on trying to figure out a specialist perk combination that works for you, give these a try. And remember, you can use this setup with my map guide strategies. It's just going to require a lot more alertness and quick constant movement. Hope you guys like it. Till next time, this is Turbo Man. Peace.